Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Thursday and today we have to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. We have to do our non-spoiler review of the movie, so let's jump right into it. Okay, so we saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and I do have to say that it may not be the best comic book movie of all time, but it is definitely one that will keep you entertained. With enough cameos to shock even the most hardcore comic book movie going fans, to just the overall plot is actually very fun. Now, what is the plot of the movie? Officially, we all knew what the plot of the movie was. And this is a non-spoiler review, so I will not be giving you any plot twists or turns that aren't already known to exist in the trailers that have been presented to us. But here's what the movie entails. Yes, Deadpool is recruited by the TVA. He ends up going to the Void where he meets Cassandra Nova. Now, he is teaming up with Wolverine. I won't give the details as to how this happens, but he has Wolverine with him in the Void. They meet Cassandra Nova, and Cassandra Nova, of course, if you don't know anything about Cassandra Nova, she is Xavier's sister. She has a really gross story for her history that, would probably get you demonetized if you talked about it in too much detail. She is Xavier's twin. Now, she goes into a little bit of detail about this. I really thought they would lean more into her backstory and that Deadpool would be making fun of her a lot more than he does. But she is treated with the utmost respect in the movie. She is actually treated with so much respect in the movie that you get the sense that everyone around her at least knows how powerful she is. And make no mistake about it, she is one of the most powerful mutants in the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, in the whole Marvel Universe at that. And rightly so. Being the twin sister of Xavier, she shares a lot of his powers, and unfortunately, she doesn't share a lot of his beliefs. We quickly find out exactly what is going on here and why Deadpool is sent here. And it's not exactly what he thinks either. He figures out really quick kind of what's going down. What ends up happening is that we get to see so many cameos as they go up against Cassandra Nova. And these cameos are absolutely amazing. I can't give them all away here, but you saw Daphne King. And Daphne King being back in it was just as amazing as you would think. And it was a little bit more than just a cameo. And that's the beautiful thing about this movie, is it treats every character with the level of respect that I really didn't anticipate it doing. The movie actually takes the time with a lot of these cameos. It has a little bit of fun with them while at the same time giving them all a level of respect and treating the characters like they deserve to. When you see Pyro, and you saw Pyro in the trailer, but Pyro is even treated with a level of respect. Everyone in this movie that comes across Deadpool is given some screen time, more screen time than I actually anticipated them getting. There are a few exceptions to this rule, where it's a little throwaway character that is just meant to be there for a split second, but even those are fun and noteworthy. But the ones that make a difference are actually some of the Fox characters. We get to see some of these characters come back in an amazing capacity. I will say that there are some in the trailers that you may have thought would have had a larger role in the movie that in fact do not. It's the cameos that you don't get to see in the trailer that tend to make the most impact in this movie. And I think that was a smart way to go. Essentially, going into the film, I was worried that they showed us all the good bits because that's kind of what trailers do. They get you excited and pumped for a film, so you go in expecting that you're going to be entertained in the way that they told you. Sometimes, however, the trailer can surprise you, and in this case, there were a couple surprises, i.e., the cameos that we didn't get to see in the trailers. These are very important to the overall plot of the movie, which I thought was a lot of fun. Deadpool is still Deadpool and still gets a lot of really vile, disgusting things to say. Somehow, knowing that Deadpool is going to be saying this horrible stuff makes everything okay with it. And I think that this movie does a good job of giving us a Wolverine that we could be proud of as well. Because the Wolverine in the past couple movies, I've always loved the character of Wolverine in the movies. I've always loved him. I've always thought Hugh Jackman did a really amazing job playing Wolverine in the movies. But that being said, I almost expected him to be more of a joke than he is. Now, don't get me wrong. Oh, they have a lot of fun in this movie, taking every opportunity they can to have some one-liners, and yet they do take every character more serious than I ever would have expected. That's not a bad thing. This movie succeeds because of the way Marvel decided to use Deadpool. Ultimately, we get the answers as to what comes next for Deadpool. But we already know that he will be appearing in several other things going forward. And now we just kind of know the why and the how and what exactly transpires. A lot of people read a lot into this movie saying that it was going to change the Marvel Cinematic Universe forever. And they're not wrong. It's done in an amazing way, the way that they sort of explain what's next for Deadpool, and it's the logical way. It's the logical thing to do with the character. And I can't go very far into it. Just know that every character in this movie is important. And everything that happens in this movie will be important in the future. That's just kind of the way it looks. I think what we're going to see next is how this impacts the Marvel world and how everything changes because of the events that unfold here. Because there are some things that are done in this movie that simply can't be undone. And that is important. That's important to know going forward. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. And this was one of those movies that I've been anticipating for a long time. And like I said at the beginning of the video, it may not be the best superhero movie of all time, but it does its job and it does its job well. It does an awesome job of building up what it needs to build up while kind of keeping us questioning what exactly comes next. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Now, I give this movie 4 stars. Now, why it don't get 5 is simple because there are some things in the movie I thought would have been better done slower. There's some things I thought would have been done faster. But the movie is excellent from beginning to end. And you could do a lot worse than to see this movie. I highly recommend it. So make sure that you check this movie out. And remember, in our comments, keep everything spoiler free. As always, we want to know what you guys think. Don't forget to leave us that comment in the comment box below. Don't forget to share this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be a part of the conversation as well. Make sure you hit that like button. It's free. It helps the channel. We really do appreciate it. Miko says we need more subscribers, and you don't want to disappoint Miko, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. And then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.